January and February wrap-up video. Well, hello there. This is my January and February wrap-up video. It's recently occurred to me that I can't talk about all the books I read. I wanted to start doing these monthly videos so that I could talk about books I don't have time to talk about in regular videos. So I think these wrap-up videos are a good idea. And yeah, I'm just going to start. And I'm including January and February together because I haven't read that much. So it's perfect, it won't take up a lot of time. So let's get started. The first book I read in January was this one I read for my Portuguese class. It's required reading for my year and it's a play, and yeah, I cannot tell you what it's about because I've completely forgotten the plot. But it's a very dull book. It's got to do with Portuguese politics concerning, I can't remember who, about something. I'll probably have to reread it, but it was pretty dull. So the next book I have is Misery by Stephen King, and this book was actually given to me in a giveaway in October of last year. It was sent to me by the lovely RG Devilship. I'll put a link to her channel below. She's got really good videos. Yeah, she's not a booktuber specifically, but all her videos are good. You should really take a look, see if you like them. I sure do. And she just seems like a really cool person. Like, I could hang out with her. But I think you should check her out and see if you like her, because I do. She's lovely. And yeah, it's a lovely hardback. I really enjoyed it. Stephen King's not the most amazing writer in the world, but he does write very well. And for a story where the main character is in bed 95% of the time, I thought the pacing was really well done and the character development was really well done. The character of Annie was terrifying and disturbing, and I really did not like her. A good, solid Stephen King book. Recommend it to anyone. And I gave it 4 stars. The next book I read in January was A Game of Thrones, and I will make a separate video reviewing this book alone because I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. It's just a really well written fantasy novel and I enjoyed it immensely. But yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about it in another video. The next one I read, I think I started reading this in February, was Richard Dawkins' The God Delusion. And this is non-fiction, and it's about the evidence for evolution, and I absolutely adore Richard Dawkins. His writing is amazing. You don't need to be an expert to read his books. He makes everything really understandable. If you have the slightest interest in science or, you know, biology or evolution, you should really read this because it's really, really interesting. The way he writes, he really makes everything so much more exciting, and you can tell he really loves life so much. So if anybody's looking for a good non-fiction book, this one's really good. I just find it really weird that this book needed to be written because so many people, especially in America, do not believe in evolution, and that is mind-blowing to me. If you have the slightest doubt that it's true, you should really read this. He goes into so much detail and presents everything in such a clear way. It just ends up being undeniable, and yeah, definitely recommend it. The next one I read was Harper To Kill a Mockingbird. I thought I was gonna like it a lot more than I did, but I think it was just because it was really American. Like, I could feel America oozing out of it, and it's something I'm not very familiar with, so I didn't connect with it as much as I could have. But even so, I can tell why it's a classic. I can tell why so many people love it. The characters are really good. I love Scout, I love Atticus. The character development was handled really well. Seeing the children grow was really, really cool. Yeah, I really liked it overall, even though I felt a bit disconnected. It was good. Definitely glad I read it. The last book I read in February was The Killing Joke, and this was my first graphic novel, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the art. The story was good. Yeah, and I really liked the ending. The only thing is, I wish it was a bit longer. It's really short, but I'm not mad. Here's Shiki. Say hello, Shiki. We just had a spade yesterday, and she's a bit shaky, aren't you, Ziggy? Yes, you are. We've cut you up. She'll be fine. Poor Ziggy. Anyway, that was my wrap-up video. I want to try and keep these videos relatively short because my internet speed's not the best and it takes a really long time to upload videos, so hopefully it wasn't too rushed. Goodbye.